Hello and welcome back to Popcorn Chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, we're going to be talking about Kyle Balder's The Sheep Detectives. From the director who brought us various Minions films, we have a whodunit with a flock of sheep trying to solve the case of who killed their shepherd, played by Hugh Jackman, with a star-studded cast of villagers who could potentially be the murderer. As I've already mentioned, we've got Hugh Jackman at the forefront of this film, and we have a plethora of well-known actors as the sheep and as well as the community members, including the likes of Emma Thompson, Tosin Cole, Nicholas Galizzi, Patrick Stewart, Bryan Cranston, Regina Hall. There are so many amazing actors in this film. Going into this film, I knew that it wasn't targeted towards me. It's very much for families and young children, and I think it is the perfect film for that. If you grew up on the likes of Babe, then I think you're going to enjoy this film. However, there are a lot more CGI sheep than I hoped there would be. This film delves into the topics of life and death, which I think could be really interesting and open up conversations for families who are going to go and see this. I think it handles it in a really kind of careful and educated kind of way as well. These are definitely the moments that are going to be more emotional in the film, whether you're a young person or an adult. It's definitely pulling at the heartstrings when it comes to topics such as life and death and questioning things around sort of the meat industry as well. I think it's a really kind of good start of conversations, things like Babe, as I mentioned, Chicken Run. They kind of get children into those sort of thinking about moral questions when it comes to where do we get our food from? What does life and death mean? Having these conversations is really pivotal for people to understand the way the world works. I honestly found Nicholas Braun's English accent so distracting in this film, and when I realised as the film went on that he was going to be more sort of the centre of the film as the policeman trying to solve this case alongside the sheep, I thought, oh no, why didn't we just cast an English guy to do this? Because it was such a bad English accent. I think the other American people trying to do English accents, such as Hong Chow, did it in a really kind of passive way that didn't really spike my attention. But my goodness, Nicholas's one was just so distracting, and it was so annoying because there's a whole mixture of American and English accents within this film, whether it was the sheep or the sort of the villagers or the daughter that comes into it. There is a lot going on, so why couldn't he have just been American, or why not cast someone with an English accent anyway? And it's one of the details that just pulled me out of it alongside the very much CGI sheep, and I just realised, oh, everything we're watching is CGI based. I think if you've got children and you yourself like murder mysteries, Agatha Christie's, Knives Out, and you want to get them into a whodunit kind of film, then I think this is a good early entry into understanding how those kind of murder mysteries work and how they could think about, solving problems. So I think it's great for that. And I realise as a 30-year-old woman that I'm not the target audience, and that's totally fine. I completely can see who this film is made for, and I was entertained, I cannot lie. It was fun enough, and it's not going to be a repeat watch going forward. If you've seen The Sheep Detectives, let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear those thoughts, and I'll see you guys very soon for another Popcorn Chat.